Hello Aries, this is Inspire 2016 with your weekly tarot reading for the week commencing the 15th of August until the 22nd of August 2022. The first card for you is representing, how do you feel about yourself? Your card is the Nine of Cups. You will be happy in all areas of your life such as health, finances, work, luck, love or relationships. This is your wish card, as its appearance is often taken as a sign that, whatever your heart's desire, it shall be granted in the coming days or weeks. Know that you have paved our own way on the path to success. As a Cups card, the Nine usually refers to an emotionally fulfilling situation, such as the strengthening of a romantic bond, the solidification of a friendship or the consummation of a sexual relationship. It shows that joy and happiness are within your grasp. In fact, you probably already have them. It is a sign to enjoy the abundance of life and to feel each of your emotions as if you had never felt any of them before. See the perfection all around you. The Nine of Cups is also about counting your blessings, living in the moment, and enjoying the good things that life has to offer. Start or end every day by creating a mental list of the 3 things you are most grateful for. You will find that over time, you indeed have a lot to be happy about, and it may increase your feeling of deep contentment and fulfillment. The Nine of Cups represents stability and advancement. This card signals delight and pleasure, contentment with what you have accomplished so far, and forms a steady foundation for the future. Your worries are all in the past and you can look forward to a bright future. The man in the Nine of Cups also appears to have a certain smug look on his face. Indulge yourself in knowing that you have worked hard to get here and you have achieved the results you had hoped for. The second card for you is representing, what do you want most right now? Your card is the Ten of Wands. What do you want most right now is the completion of a cycle after a period of struggle. You are finally reaping your rewards after investing a lot of hard work and effort. You have fulfilled a creative venture, realized a dream or accomplished a major goal, and now must deal with the consequences of that fulfillment. However, even with the achievement of your goal, there comes with it great responsibilities and commitments. While you have reached a point of completion, you are becoming starkly aware that you must now carry on with the responsibilities you have laid out for yourself, in order to ensure ongoing success. The trouble is, however, that these responsibilities may become too much to bear and you are struggling to let go. It is a bit like the business owner who creates a flourishing business but who is unprepared to delegate some of her responsibilities to the staff, and ends up working 70-80 hours a week. The inspiration and creativity that was associated with the initial goal or vision rapidly disappears, and everything becomes hard work all too quickly. Thus, it is incredibly important to let go of or delegate some of your responsibilities in order to free you up to still enjoy life. This is a reminder of how much we take on in our lives and all the extra burdens and responsibilities we weigh ourselves down with. We take on so much, trying to do all the things that need to be done. Thus, this card asks you to stop and examine your current lifestyle or work. Assess which activities or tasks are really urgent or really important, particularly in relation to your broader goals. You may need to employ various time management or prioritization methods in order to determine where best to spend your time and which tasks you can drop. Your goal needs to be greater efficiency, whilst also freeing yourself up for rest and relaxation when you need it. This card can also mean that you are being oppressed by outside sources. You are overworked, overtired and overstimulated. You have more on your plate than you can possibly handle and you have taken on too much at this point in time. In an effort to get to the finish line, You have found yourself overwhelmed with the extra responsibility and activity. You need to stop working so hard. If you cannot stop, then conserve your energy and pace yourself. When you are overcommitted, everything becomes a strain. The third card for you is representing your fears. Your card is the Seven of Swords. You are afraid and finding it difficult to take the first step in a new direction. At times it may seem impossible that you could create the types of changes you want as you continually come up against setback after setback. Yet, you know in your soul that when the timing is right, you will be able to follow through on your dreams, releasing an old pain from your heart. You need to break free from old habits and ways of thinking in order to overcome the blockages that currently stand in your way. You need to accept what is happening to you and act on it, rather than trying to escape. You need to do things differently, releasing yourself from past behaviors or limiting beliefs so that you can move forward in your life. Do not become trapped into thinking that you can only do certain things with which you are familiar. Expand your consideration set to broader horizons. If you are involved in an affair or extramarital relationship, this card shows a growing reluctance to keep up the charade of having this type of relationship. You or your partner may be feeling increasingly uncomfortable with this relationship and would much rather come out in the open about what is happening. The fourth card for you is representing what is going for you. Your card is the Five of Swords. You are engaging in conflict or finding yourself disagreeing with others, leading to tension and hostility. Despite thinking you have won, you may still end up the loser because you have hurt or annoyed others and have subsequently isolated yourself. You try to pick up the pieces and act as if the conflict is now in the past, but others have now lost faith in you and do not want to be around you. This might be one of those times when it feels like everyone is against you and you may lose some friends along the way. You will need to make a decision about whether your point of view is so important to you that it is okay to put your relationship with others in jeopardy, or whether you can compromise and try to see eye to eye with others. If you have been aggressive in your struggles, then you will soon accomplish your objectives. However, if you have been passive, you may need to compromise on your personal interests, giving in to the wishes of the opposing force. You will feel that there are more obstacles ahead, and you will not want to face the ordeal you know you must if you are to have what you want or the way you want it. Overall, you are in for a struggle and there is more work or problems ahead than you are aware of now. Things will not go as well as they should, and you will have conflicts or clashes of will with others. Thus, the Five of Swords is a card representing ambition but in the negative sense. Too much ambition without regard to the consequences to yourself or others results ultimately in a situation of loss for everyone. You may be represented either by the callous winner or the dejected losers. In any case, there is a negative connotation. If your focus is solely on winning your goals at any cost, you will eventually discover to your own dismay that the price of winning may not have been worth the reward. Arrogance and pride often go hand in hand with a difficult triumph such as this, and you must be careful not to think you are invincible. You have overcome a challenge, and you have the right to feel proud, but know that there will be other rivals to face and that some of them will eventually defeat you. Boasting to others that you are invincible is an invitation for someone to prove you wrong. If your victory was won through cheating or unethical conduct, beware of an attempt at vengeance. The Five of Swords can relate to a betrayal or sneak attack by someone you trust and do not suspect as your enemy. There may be an unfaithful partner or a jealous person in your life who is sabotaging you behind your back. Look to other court cards in the reading to understand who may be working against you. You must be very careful whom you trust at this point in time because you are vulnerable to attack and gossip. The advice of the Five of Swords is to pick your battles. You may be tempted to fight every conflict to ensure you get your way, to prove that you are right, or to defend yourself when you are feeling challenged or threatened by another person. However, most experts agree, choosing your battles wisely is a much better way of life than battling out every disagreement. Not only will picking your battles lead to a more peaceful existence, it is also more likely to strengthen your interpersonal relationships. The fifth card for you is representing what is going against you. Your card is the Six of Swords. You are afraid to move on from the past and make the important transition that you know you need to make. You are trying to physically and mentally move from any past experiences which you know that have not been helping you. However, it is clear that you are experiencing some challenges in doing this, and no matter how hard you try to leave the past behind you, it keeps catching up with you. It is like there is something pulling you back to where you have come from, rather than allowing you to move on to new territories. What is hard is that there are a lot of unresolved issues from the past, which you had hoped you could just leave behind you, but they keep rearing their ugly head and preventing you from getting to that new place of being that you really want to be. There may also be moments when you doubt whether you are making the right decision in leaving behind your past, but this card gently encourages you forward, reminding you that you are heading towards a better future. Overall, you are also resisting this necessary transition. Perhaps you feel that it has been forced upon you, or that you were not included in the decision to move. For example, your partner may be required to relocate for work and you must go along with him, her. What is important is that you look at the benefits of the transition rather than focusing on the drawbacks, so that even if this transition is out of your control, you can at least look forward to something and get some sort of personal value out of it. In terms of your personal relationship, you have not moved on from a past relationship and are carrying a lot of baggage with you. You need to work hard at leaving this behind you, otherwise it will continue to plague your current and future relationships. The last card for you is representing the likely outcome that you may have. Your card is the Four of Pentacles. You are very conservative about money and are not inclined to gamble in financial matters. You are very protective of what you have accumulated over time, and slowly and steadily you increase your net worth through saving money and safe investments. You are self-sufficient both financially and emotionally, as you often equate money with emotional security. This card also indicates possessiveness, greed and an overly cautious approach to life. You may be afraid to take risks, both financially and emotionally, for fear of losing everything that you have attained so far. As a result, you may be vaguely unhappy and unfulfilled. Deep down you are starting to realize that you have sold out for a conservative and overly safe approach to life. Thus, the Four of Pentacles indicates one of the dangers of prosperity, the temptation to value money far above its real worth. If wealth and financial success lead to a miserly or penny-pinching attitude, then you have found yourself in a narrow-minded state where nothing is perceived to have any significant value other than money. This attitude is an expression of extreme attachment to the material things of the world and is unhealthy in the long term. Sometimes, the Four of Pentacles can indicate an inflexible attitude that is resistant to change. You have already established a way of living that now works for you, so why change? Change appears to be a threat to your certainty, safety and security, and may place you at risk of losing all that is important to you. Any suggestion of doing things differently is therefore going to be met with resistance for fear of how it will impact your personal sense of security. Thus, You are more likely to favor tradition and tried and tested ways of doing things, rather than taking any risks at this point. Last but not least, the guidance card for you is the Hawk. When the Hawk appears, expect a message to be delivered to you to aid you in your quest. Perhaps a telephone call from a friend will help you solve a mystery, or a chance meeting with someone may solve a riddle. You may literally see writing on a wall or overhear a conversation between strangers that reveals your own answer unexpectedly. You will know it when it happens. Be open to messages from others, and be aware of omens and signs in nature. The world is constantly attempting to communicate with us, but we human beings have forgotten how to listen. So, remember who you are, an intrinsic part of the great mystery of life. Listen and learn. This is the gift of the Hawk as he soars into your life from Avalon's skies.
I hope that you enjoy everything, and if you like the reading, just please click subscribe and you will get instant notifications every time we publish a new video right to your YouTube. Thanks.